Hi, my loves. Welcome back to LaFit Studio. My name is Lauren, and I'm going to be guiding you through a full body reformer class today, only using the long box. So the long box is going to be on the carriage for the entire class today, and you don't need any other props other than your box. I have myself on a white spring to start today. If you'd like a little bit more stability, feel free to chuck on just one blue spring, one medium spring. Otherwise, if you want a little bit of extra challenge for your stability work today and your ab work, keep your lighter spring on. Foot bar is all the way up, and I'm going to walk my knees just halfway down the box here, so my feet are hanging off. Hands are on the foot bar, shoulder width apart. Just to warm up here, take an inhale as you drop the belly, lift the head, cat, cow. Exhale, scoop and round the back. And again, inhale, lift the head, drop the belly. Exhale, scoop, round the back. Inhale, lift, drop the belly. Exhale, scoop and round. Let's do one more here. Exhale, scoop round, lifting through the abs into that neutral spine. Perfect. So when you're ready, you're going to just lengthen that right leg long, draw it back in. Lengthen the left leg long, draw it back in. Good. So just single leg kickbacks here for 10. Starting to warm up the glutes, the abs, and the shoulders. Alternating legs here. 5 more. Exhale. 4. Your gaze is just at the front of the carriage, front of the reformer. 1 more each side. And then draw it in. Beautiful. So when you're ready, walk those knees further forward. Those toes can be off the edge. You're going to press that carriage out. You're in a plank here. Keep those knees on the box. Holding this modified plank here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Tuck that pelvis, think belly button to spine. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to press the carriage out as far as we can, keeping that tucked pelvis. Exhale, bring those shoulders back over the hands. Inhale, bring the carriage out, shoulders back. Exhale, pull forward. Good. So I want you to keep that lower body nice and still here. We're just hinging from that shoulder joint as we press the carriage out and in. Those arms stay nice and long. For another 3. Exhale, pull forward. For 2. One more here. We're going to press that carriage out. Hold that carriage out here. Shoulders are back. Pull the carriage in. Knees go in. Knees go out. Knees in. Knees out. For 10. Thumbs are with the fingers. For 5. Exhale, press out. Feeling this in my shoulders, in my core. 3 more here. Into. 1 more here. Bend. And press. And then draw that carriage all the way in. Lovely. Okay, guys, we're going to step our left foot forward onto the platform and then slowly go into your kneeling stretch here into a little lunge. So it's like a modified lunge because the knee is completely down. The toes can again be hanging off the box. You're going to press your right knee back into a nice little lunge here. And then when you're ready, draw it all the way up. Hands are on the hips to start. Pressing the carriage out, bringing the carriage back in. Good. So if it feels like you need a little bit more stability, if you don't want to change the springs, feel free to bring your left shin right up against the foot bar. That way you're going to feel a little bit more stable in your lunge. I'm going to keep my shin away from the foot bar today. Exhale, lunging down. Inhale, lifting up. Good. We're here for another 3, then we're going to add on. Pulling those abs in. Into. One more here, lower down and hold. Bring those hands behind your head. Inhale, lift. And lower down. I want you to add a hinge this time. Lifting the chest as you draw the carriage in. Hinging the chest over the knee as you draw that carriage out. For 10. Beautiful. Keeping your foot nice and even. Adding this hinge motion here. We're going to keep that back nice and flat. Elbows are pressing back. Ooh, balance. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. We're here for another 5. Should start to feel that left glute, the left inner thigh, the left hamstring. One more here, guys. Let's hold it down. We're going to hold this lunge. Just rotate to the left and then center. Stay low. Rotate. Little rotation here just from that upper back for another 6. Whoo, keep that left knee still. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands go back on the foot bar. Bring that left leg back onto the box and then draw that carriage in. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to kick back that left leg again. We're going to bend the left knee in, point through the foot, kick it back for 10, 9, 8, pressing away from that foot bar, 7, 6, keeping those hips as square as you can, 5, 4, that left hip bone is pressing down. We're here for 2. One more here, lengthen the left leg, hold. I want you to press that carriage out. Bring the chest down to the well, lift the leg a little higher, draw that carriage in, bring the knee in, and press it out. Good. Press the carriage out, drop the chest, lift the leg. Draw that carriage in, hit the stopper, bend the knee in, press it out, hold, press that carriage out, drop the chest into the well. Draw that carriage in, and then bring the knee in. Good, we're here for 2 more. Press the carriage out. Drop the chest into the well, lift the leg. Draw that carriage in, shoulders over the foot bar, draw it in. 1 more here. Press the left leg out. Drop that chest into the well, lift that left leg higher. Draw that carriage all the way in, and then draw the knee back down. Good. Bring those knees a little bit wider, sit back, and then just go into a nice little child's pose here. Man, I am so sore today. My glutes, I don't think I've been this sore in a very long time. And when you're ready, draw the carriage in. Perfect. Okay, let's do the other side here. So now your right foot is on the platform. Your left toes are off the box. And then when you're ready, square off those hips again. Hands are on the hips, pressing the carriage out, and then drawing that carriage back in. And again, pressing the carriage out, and then drawing it back in. So this side might feel a little bit different. Definitely does for me. Wow, I'm very uneven. This is why, like I say all the time, I love unilateral work because we're always way dominant, way more dominant on one side, which means we're usually working harder on one side, even though we're working the same side at the same time, or both sides at the same time, you know what I mean? Beautiful. On your next one, guys, we're going to press that carriage out, hold, hands behind the head. Let's lift, draw that carriage in. As you press the carriage out, hinge forward over that right knee. Lift the chest up as you draw the carriage in. Pressing it down, hinging forward. And lifting it back up. Beautiful. Pressing down. Squeeze those abs. Keep everything connected for me. If the hands behind the head doesn't feel good today, feel free to keep the hands at the hips. You can still do that hinge if it's in your practice. Let's do 3 more. Press it out, hinge it down, and up. Into. Perfect, guys. One more here. We're going to stay nice and low. Bring those elbows back. Little rotation over the right knee. Center, stay low. Rotate. Center, keep the hips still. 8. 5 more. Little twist. 5. Stay low for 4. Pull those abs in. 3. Into. And 1. Hands go back on the foot bar. Bring that right knee back onto the box. Draw that carriage in. Perfect. All right. When you're ready here, guys, we're going to point through that right foot, lengthen the right foot, draw it in for 10, lengthen, draw it in 9, 8, 7, 6. Perfect. We're here for 5. Press, lengthen, 4. In 3, 2. Lengthen the leg, hold. I want you to press that carriage out. Drop the chest into the well, lifting through that right leg. Lower the leg, draw that carriage in. Draw the knee in. Again, press it out and hold. Press the carriage out. Drop the chest into the well, lift the leg. Draw it all the way in. Draw that right knee in. I'm going to walk those knees a little bit further forward. And again, press that right leg out. Hold. Press that carriage out. Drop the chest. Lift the leg. Whoo! Slowly draw the carriage in. Hit the stopper. Draw the knee in. We've got 3 more. Press the leg out. Hold. And drop. Down into the well. Whoo! Use those abs. Pull that carriage in. Bring it back. Good. 2 more. Lengthen the right leg. Press that carriage out. Drop the chest. Lift that right leg. Draw that carriage in. Hit the stopper. Lower the leg. Good. 1 more here, guys. Press the leg out and hold. Draw that carriage out. Drop that chest. Lift the leg. Draw it all the way in. And then bring it back. Good. Get into that child's pose again, guys. 1 more time. And draw it all the way in. Perfect, guys. Okay, we're going to drop the foot bar all the way down. And let's get rid of our little box here. We're going to go into some planking. I'm going to stay on this white spring. I'm just going to move the box just a couple inches to the right-hand side. So you've got a little bit more space on your left-hand side here. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to keep my little platform. If you guys have a platform extender and you want to use it, feel free to keep it there. And what I'm going to go into here, guys, yep, pressing it out. Okay, so my right forearm is going to be on the long box, kind of in the middle, and my left hand is going to be on the carriage. My feet are on the platform, and when you're ready, press that carriage out into a plank. Beautiful. Holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. When you're ready, we're going to bend the knees over to the left-hand side and then press the carriage out. Bend the knees over to the left. Press the carriage out. Good. So you're on that same spring as you were on before. I stayed on my white spring for a little bit of ab challenge. Again, if you need more stability, chuck on just a blue spring. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more here. Bend. Press it out and hold. I want you to now rotate and lift the left arm up. Draw the left arm down, bend the knees away, press it out. Good. Side plank. Rotate the ankles. Lift the left arm up. Draw the left arm back to the carriage. Bend the knees to the left. Press it out. Good. rotate, lift, side plank. Draw it in, bend, press. Let's do one more here. Side plank, up and down. Knees to the left, press it out, bend the knees, draw the carriage all the way in. Whew. Lovely work, guys. Let's bring your box now a little bit to the left-hand side. We're going to do the other side. So now our left forearm is in the center of the box. Right hand is on the carriage. When you're ready, pop those toes on the platform extender and then press out into a plank. Let's hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. When you're ready, bend those knees to the right. Press it out into those obliques. Bend and press. Think about really pressing away from the box and the carriage. Those shoulder blades stay wide. 3 more. Going into the side plank in 2. 1 more here. Press it out into that plank and hold. You're going to rotate the hips, lift that right arm up. Draw the right hand back to the carriage, bend the knees to the right, draw the carriage in, press the carriage out. Let's rotate, side plank, lift. Draw it down, bend the knees, press it out. Good. Side plank, lift. Drop it down, bend the knees, press it. Good. 2 more, guys. Rotate, side plank, lift through the lower obliques. 1 more. Lift, up. Draw that carriage all the way in. Whew. Lovely work, guys. And you are all done. Let's get rid of the box. And I want to just go into a nice little mermaid to finish today. So feel free to put your platform extender back down. Foot bar goes all the way up. I'm going to keep my white spring on and add a blue spring. You can also do this with just one red. Let's bring your right shin up against the shoulder rest. Your left leg is pulled in. Left hand is in the center of the shoulder, in the center of the foot bar. And when you're ready, you're going to press that carriage out. Lengthen over. Take a nice stretch for the side body. Anchor down that right hip. Inhale, draw it in. Grab the shoulder rest next to you. Take a counter stretch. And one more time, press that carriage out, lengthen over. Draw the carriage in. Grab the shoulder rest, take a counter stretch. And then when you're ready, both hands go on the foot bar. Rotate towards the well, press the carriage all the way out, drop the chest. Inhale, keep those arms long, lift the chest into a mini spinal extension. One more time, press the carriage out. And inhale, lifting it all the way up. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. So swing it around. Same position here. So now your left shin is next to the shoulder rest. The right foot is pulled in. Right hand is in the center of the foot bar. Lengthen over with that left hand. Over, take a stretch for the side body. Dropping that left hip down. Right shoulder is away from the ears. Inhale, draw it in. Grab the shoulder rest next to you. Take a counter stretch. One more here. Press the carriage out. Reach the left arm over. Feel that nice side body stretch. Drawing it in. Counter stretch. My hips are so tight. You see how this is like so high up? Both hands are on the foot bar. Press the chest down to the well. Inhale as you lift the chest up into a mini spinal extension. One more here, pressing it out. And then bringing it all the way in. Beautiful work, guys. You now are done. I hope you had fun during this class. We love a long box series here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next class.